Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Hi.
We
Hey,
are
everyone.
back to talk fasting. We made it through the 5-day, the 5+ day fast. So let's, we wanted to give an update because people seem to appreciate the mid fasting talk and thought we'd let you know if we survived it or not. So, how'd you guys do?
I won. I did 136 hours. So that's 5 days and 16 hours
Mm-hmm.
under my belt. First time. So I'm wrapped.
You look vibrant, Lindy. You have a
She does.
glow. Can we say there's a fasting glow?
A fasting
Yes,
glow.
so
How did you
I
feel
feel
through
really
it?
good.
Yeah.
I didn't struggle much at all. I didn't have any hunger until the last night. And I think that's only
Oh.
because we were all talking about refeeding and just the brain was going.
Your brain was getting ready. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I did miss eating, but I wasn't hungry. So
Right.
that was a good lesson to learn as well. Like obviously I had no hunger signals, but my head was saying, that steak looks really good or smells really good, because I had my husband cooking sort of next to me, and I was like, geez, I could go some steak right now, which is good because I had a meat aversion before I started. Now I'm busting to have a steak, so I think I fixed that. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
good.
So, did you have any low energy issues or any other issues?
Well, I went to bed a bit earlier than normal. Probably more because I didn't. Yeah, I got a bit fidgety at night, so I thought I just wanted to lie down, and I just watched a bit of YouTube in bed, and then just eventually fell asleep. So I slept a lot longer than what I normally do. But no, not really low energy. I felt good. I had a slight headache a few times, and I just did some of that Wim Hof breathing, and that kind of fixed it.
It's amazing.
I did have electrolytes twice, and that put me straight on the toilet. That just went straight through me. So I don't know if that means I had enough in me, and so that's why I just passed it, or
you don't
my
need
body
much.
just didn't want it. No.
When you were taking, what kind of electrolytes were you supplementing with?
I just LMNT, so I don't normally have them every day, but I thought being on the fast, maybe I should take them. But it put me on the toilet. Yeah, both times that I had them.
We really don't like playing with that and prefer the water or the Aminos. Were you doing the Aminos, by the way?
No, they only arrived last night, so I'll probably start them again on Monday.
All right.
When I start my line. Yeah.
Good. So you were totally honest fasting except for these 2 packets of LMNT?
Correct. Yeah, just water and the two LMNT.
I love it. If you, it seems like there will be a next time, and go with as little as possible, and you might just be able to get away with a little bit of pink salt just under the tongue, something like that. So I like that you kind of experience that, know how your body. And I used to over electrolyte a lot when I was doing extended fasts, and I kind of realize now that it really didn't help me much. That I probably would have done a lot better off with just a little bit of salt here and there, and you might not even need that much.
Yeah, no, definitely. I will be doing this seasonally, so I'll hope to join you, Emily, in the next one.
Wow.
Yeah, I loved it. It was good. So I'm in.
It's very pleasant. Great. And how did you break the fast?
I had 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then an hour later I had just a little bit of salmon because my husband cooked salmon last night, but I think that was the wrong thing to do because it's repeating on me. I've already been to the toilet twice.
No. After a 5-day fast, that's normal. It's hard to prevent. We can say we can prevent it at the 72 by eating small and then going, but 5 days just, that's just expected.
Yeah, and it was only a little piece as well, so I didn't overdo it. I just wanted to ease it in.
Yeah.
And because I don't have the gallbladder, I didn't want to have anything too fatty, and I don't know if salmon is or not, but yeah. But I do have a roast lamb in the slow cooker at the moment, so I'll just have a little bit of that tonight, and just take it slow.
Well,
I want to
congratulations.
hear about like past mindset that you've had with fasting and past attempts that you've had with fasting and how this experience compared to that.
I've only done pretty much the one proper fast, and that was before carnival. I was doing the snake juice diet, and I lasted 72 hours. And just as I got to the 72, like I was white knuckling the whole time. And once I got to that 72-hour mark, I had to break it because it was Easter and we were going to lunch at my sister's, and I was disappointed because I wanted to keep going by then. But since being carnivore, I've tried to fast and I just couldn't. Like I intermittent fast, sort of 16/8. I've done maybe a couple of 24s, but no extended fasting. I don't know why I couldn't do it, whether it's my mindset or I have no idea. But I think this time round, obviously I'm 2 years carnivore now, and just having, I guess, Todd and Michael, sort of we're all doing it together. So we've been talking every day or a couple of times a day, just keeping each other accountable and, sharing our experience. And I think that's really helped keep me on track. And I've just enjoyed the whole process. So
that community matters. That community does matter. But no, I don't think your body was ready to let go of all the nutrients that you haven't had for such a long time. So that's also, I'm glad you were able to listen to your body instead of just kind of like saying, I'm doing it no matter what, because that would have been detrimental to you.
Yeah, I did feel like a failure for the last 2 years because I couldn't do the full program.
Right.
But now that I've done it, obviously my body's ready to do it. And my mind said I just wanted to give it a go, and having the community support, that just made it happen for me. So, yeah.
Now you have some wonderful stats that you kept track of.
Yeah, I think Michael's got
Would you like to share it? Should we share it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I want to go over it if that's okay. Unless you guys have different ideas, but one of the things. Go ahead.
I've got one of those funky scales, so it does all my BMI and all that. So
it tells you your metabolic age or something too.
Yeah, that one you can see at 59. Yeah.
I'm still a bit old. I need to get down to 52 or less. But I'm working on it, work in progress. But my BMI, I'm finally under the 50 mark, which is really good.
Fantastic. Look at that.
Yeah,
48.5. Wow.
Yeah. And I did my ketones this morning, which was 3.0 on my meter.
Wow.
I have never, ever got above 3.5.
Really?
I'm usually around 0.1 or
low.
Yeah, really, really low.
You have never gotten above what before, Lindy?
0.5.
0.5.
And now you're at 3.
Yeah, that's statistically definitely a huge difference. What I want to say, I don't know if you found this fascinating, right? If we look at the skeletal muscle, which doesn't make sense because you're not eating, you went from 30.2%, and at the end you're at 30.6%. Did you not find that amazing? Like your bones are getting thicker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Your protein makes sense, right? So, well, actually, no, that doesn't even make sense because you're fasting, right? That went from 10.8%. And yes, those are small, but it's also a small 5-day fast, all the way to 11%. Something is happening definitely in the positive, but it's hard to explain it. Your visceral fat, which is one of the most stubborn one, only went down. Well, actually, I say only. That's a lot. A pound, is that right?
Nice.
Or is 1 point? Is it by a point or a pound?
I'm not sure. The numbers are straight from the scale, so I don't know what.
Okay. Yeah. And your subcutaneous fat actually did not budge that much, just 0.2. Still, though, amazing. Although your body fat, that was almost significant, almost one whole percent. Well, 47.4. So I love these numbers. It actually shows that you are better off doing some form of fasting to give you your full benefit, feasting and fasting.
So I'm down, about 5 kilos. It's nearly 12 pounds in the week, which is not too shabby. I'll take it.
Oh, you're looking at the pounds. Yes. 12 pounds. Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I can see it too, Lindy. I don't know if can you tell a difference in your face or anything like that? Okay. Okay.
When I look in the mirror, I see the same person all the time. It's not until you go back and look at old pictures that you actually see there's a difference. But every day, to me, I look the same.
So what's your plan from here?
I'm just going to take it easy over the weekend and just B&E. And then hopefully Monday, if my digestive system settles, I want to start Lion Diet, and I'll do that for 30 days. Start my Aminos as well, and just get a bit more movement in as well. So that's my plan for the next 30 days. So
beautiful plans, beautiful plans.
What a nice kickstart to all of it. The fasting, it's like a leveling. It just kind of clears the way. It does all the cellular housekeeping inside, gets everything cleaned up. And then like a Lion diet's going to feel like a luxury, like, oh, I'm eating every day and I'm eating beef. And yeah, you got kind of took care of that meat aversion along the way too. So I love the freshness, fresh start. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a great start to kickstart the year. So, yeah, it's going to be a great year.
I think it's so cool how we borrow each other's courage and we borrow each other's faith in each other. And, you know, doing these things together like that is just such a powerful way. And I'm not surprised at all, Lindy. You are such a person that does for others. You have such a generous heart. It kind of makes sense to me that your best fast is going to be when you're fasting with somebody, supporting somebody else, and that's actually going to bring out your best health. I love that.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, who's next?
Todd, how are you doing?
Yeah, Todd.
I'm doing good now. I think
you coming through your waves okay?
I think I came out of the fast wrong. I ate some hamburger with the egg yolks in. So I've been on the pot a couple of times today for sure. It just went through me, but I just told these guys in text that I think I passed a Lego I ate when I was about 6. So
you got a really good clean out.
I did. I got a bonus cleanse at the end of my
That's it. I love it. I said, it's expected. So
yeah, well, it's like whatever. I was better than I'll take that problem than constipation any day of the week. So. But yeah, no, I've got energy today for sure. The fast was great for me, and I loved it because it got rid of all the water weight that I put on over the holidays, you know, because I had cheese, and cheese is my arch enemy apparently because it makes me gain water weight. Cheese does not like me. I like it, but it hates my guts. So
that's right.
Yeah, so I put on a bunch of water weight, and but it all came off, and then some just in this one fast. So it just feels good to have this. It's just kind of like a reset, clean out, kind of set the foundation, you know, get back to the grind type of thing, and just kind of set the tone for the new year. Basically, it was great. I really enjoyed it. I wonder. I think I'm going to get better at it as I do more of these, because I think. What was that fella's name that was in here last week? That
Harry Sopranos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Soprano. Yeah.
Because he made a comment that raised a flag with me, or just kind of popped in my head, where he said, if you are losing energy on a fast, it's a sure sign of like mitochondrial disease or whatever.
That's right, mitochondrial dysfunction. Wow, good job.
Yeah, and I think I've always had that. You know, I think that's a big problem for me. So because this whole fast I was low energy, you know, not near as bad as I've been in the past, but low energy. And so I was actually encouraged by it, because I was like, well, you know, the more I do this, the better it's going to get. You know, that's, you know, I mean, autophagy things are going to be healing up, and it's going to be looking for, you know, metabolic pathways to stored fat, and those things are going to heal, you know.
It's like an army, and what you're doing in that fast is you're starving the weak members of the army, and those are like the weak mitochondria. Those are the ones that the body picks off and does the autophagy, breaks them down, and builds the new ones. And the stronger cells, the stronger mitochondria survive through that. So yeah, you're boosting up within your own system, your natural immune cells, your natural healthy cells. And I think you're absolutely right that you're building your mitochondrial strength, your powerhouse, which is how energy is made in the cell. And so I love your barometer of how you're observing that in yourself too, that this was kind of a lower energy fast, which some of that is to be expected. And I think you're right. I'm excited to see how that changes as your body, as you kind of flex that fasting muscle.
Yeah, and this is a great foot to get off, to get off on, because I'm going to doing alternate day fasting for the next 90 days is what I'm wanting to do with Lion Diet. And me and Raymond talked about it a bunch. And so this made it really easy. One, it's, fasting makes it much easier to not get tired with, meat aversion or steak. As Lindy just said, she had meat aversion when she started this. That went away with the fast, so that'll get your appetite back. And two, starting off a 5-day fast makes 48-hour fast, piece of cake.
Breeze, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, just really good. And there's one thing that came up too, because through the whole thing, I lost 37.6 pounds, which was mostly water, obviously.
Amazing.
But it felt great, right? To get it off. I'm feeling much better with that weight off. But what I liked was, when I originally came to SBG and found out about priming, it was because I'd been doing OMAD for 9 months and I was under eating, and everything was just slowed down. I was low energy, didn't have good brain clarity and brain, I kind of had brain fog. Well, on the last day of this fast, I had the same thing. I went right back to that level, and that was when I knew that it was time to break this fast for sure, because I felt that same feeling that I'd been putting up with about 2 months, because I started having that problem 7 months into my OMAD and carnivore journey. But so I felt that same thing where everything, like my metabolism just slowed down to a crawl. And I felt that today, actually, before I broke the fast. So I was like, well, that's fun, because now I have like a reference point for that. What that is. Yeah.
You'll know when you go into the alternate day fast how you tend to undereat, because now you have the signals that you need to watch out for, saying, hey, maybe on my update, I need to take it a little more serious.
Exactly. And one really interesting thing too, last night was the only 24-hour period that I didn't lose weight in this whole time. I was exactly the same weight, which to me went right along with how I was feeling low energy, like nothing was running, nothing was pulling any energy. It was conserving,
Yep. So awesome. Cool.
How about you, Michael?
I am still fasting.
Yes. And where are you at right now, fast-wise?
I am at almost 128 hours in.
Beautiful. So you went over 8 hours right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel great. I have so much energy today.
Really?
Probably.
What?
Yeah. Probably the best day of the week for me.
Yeah, because you had a little rough starting out. You said
starting out, yeah,
day.
9 hours in, I was really struggling.
Right.
9-10 hours in.
Right.
I was hungry and just miserable. And I went to bed, got up in the next morning, and started feeling better. The whole week, the whole 5 days, I have slight headache. Some days worse, some days worse. And I also gave up coffee on the first. So, I think it's something to do with that. And then the fasting and all that together. But today I'm feeling great. That's why I decided to extend it and go a little farther. And I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow morning around 8:30 or so, and then make a decision. If not, I have plans to go to Sunday.
I love it. Sounds great. Nice. I like how you're thinking about it. I love how you're feeling it out, because you're feeling wonderful.
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
So any issues on the potty though, meanwhile you're fasting?
No. I did take some salt water one day, and that cleaned me out a little bit. Like 3 hours later, that was great. And other than that, no issues.
And that's amazing. That's great. So now you're feeling your energy's back up.
Yeah.
Your mood is up also.
Yes. Wow. I feel great.
And you're coffee free. You're off coffee.
I'm off coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. So you're really how's your sleep been?
Good. Yeah, I've been sleeping good.
Yeah.
I could probably sleep more. I wake up at 2:00 in the morning and I'm like ready to get up because I got so much energy.
That's so
have a hard time falling asleep.
Right.
Because I got energy. But I got like 3 hours of sleep last night, and then 2:00 in the morning I wake up and I'm like ready to get up, and I look at the clock and it's 2:16. So I can't get up now. I got to go back to sleep. 4:00, same thing happened again. I woke up and I was ready to get up.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But
So okay. that's fine, but you're waking up with plenty of energy, not a problem. Okay, you remember you were telling me about how your legs were really hurting and kind of bloated. How is that right now with the
so much better. So
really?
much better.
So you feel relief on that too?
My upper left thigh has gone down a little bit. I can feel
really.
the difference.
Oh wait, you haven't gotten progress in that area in a long time, right, Michael?
You haven't gotten progress. Now you have. Wow.
Yeah. So it's gone. It actually went up a little bit. About a month and a half ago, it was really bothering me. I was starting to struggle again. I was starting to use both canes again.
Right.
And I was having a hard time getting around, and my knees were really bothering me.
Right.
And as soon as I started to fast and I got back into ketosis, the pain in my knees went away. My legs start going down. I start getting some urine out of me and fluid, and I'm feeling really good.
And are you?
I want this feeling. This feeling that I have right now is what I want all the time.
That's what you want. Okay, I like that. So now you have a reference point that you want to chase. How about your ketosis? Where are you on that?
I'm up there. With my breathalyzer, I'm 50.
Wow.
I just checked it to see. I just checked it right before we went live, and I was at 50.
50. Wow.
And for the longest time, I was struggling to get over 5.
Right. That's a huge difference. Huge difference.
You're like coming through the woods and breaking. The clouds are parting, Michael.
I feel great.
It really sounds like now I can see why you're actually contemplating, hey,
keep
why
going.
Stop right now? Keep going.
Yeah.
Just visit it every day. See what
I've dropped 18 pounds since Monday.
18 pounds. Wow. Great job.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that right there helps.
Yep.
Of course. And the fact that you see a shift on your legs, that's
big for me, because that's where my big issue is.
Right.
That's right. That's one of the main issues that you're struggling and fighting with. And there's so many things that are coming along, but that one thing, and, having regressions in that area, and then coming into this in a therapeutic way, and, getting some relief is just like, it's so great.
And I'm really thinking about, when I get off of this, I'm thinking about February 1st, I'm doing another 5-day fast.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Yep.
You could do that monthly. It just depends on what you're doing for recovery part. Apparently you definitely would benefit the most from the longest fast. And that's what we're trying to find out. You're obviously perfectly primed. You're not having any issues. Yeah. You're not struggling.
Yeah. I just did 3 weeks of priming. So yeah, I'm primed.
You're ready. Exactly. You don't have, I love it. I love it, Michael. Great job. Was there anything else that you wanted to add on there? How do you feel hunger wise like today? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Yeah. And it's beautiful, right? You would think during the fasting, all of you would think that you would be craving more. And it's the opposite. You crave less, right?
The only thing I miss is something in my mouth. That's the only thing I'm missing.
That's true. That's true. That I felt that whole time. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
So what about you, Raymond? You did your fast too.
Yeah. It was actually fairly easy for me. The first couple of days was, because I just got off like alternate day then anyway. So by the time I reached my third day, a little bit after the 72 hours, I started feeling a lot less energy. Like I just didn't want to do much. Not less energy, like, I still went for walks. I just didn't want to do my push-ups anymore. I just felt a little lazier. I just wanted to sit there and just concentrate on something. I was playing games and I just wanted to concentrate on that, and that's it. So, and the 5th day was the same thing. I did have some mood issues, like just more, I don't know how to explain these mood issues. They're more like deep contemplation of life kind of.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I'm talking about, Emily? Yeah.
Of course I do.
I've had that many times before. Yeah. It's like you go into these deep trance type things. So you could say, if you are looking at me from an observer, you could say that I'm in a bad mood, but I'm not. It's just I'm going through a deep thought or deep refiguring myself out. I don't know if you felt that, Todd, Lindy, or Michael.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Okay, yeah.
Can we call it a truth serum? Does that resonate with anybody? That there's kind of a.
Yeah, it's weird clarity where I get it when I was doing it when I was going to bed. and then all the noise stops, and then you're like, yeah, you end up going down a few paths there. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, it's I don't know. I was listening to a guy today that was talking about addictions and things, and he said, man, and I related to this on certain things that I procrastinate with, especially at work. He was like, you just have to sit in the middle of the misery, and you have to just sit there until it gets better. Like we're always running from it, and that's what I feel like.
That's right.
In the fast, I was in the middle of that misery.
There's no running from it in the fast, and it's uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable issues in our lives that we normally can just buzz along on this upper level, and maybe food, or maybe this, maybe that, and it's not there. The food's not there, and so now what? Who are you in this moment?
Yes.
And it's not necessarily pretty. Like sometimes it's not pretty stuff that you're kind of wrestling with.
Yep, for sure. And it's uncomfortable, but it gets better if if you can sit in there, like you were saying. I don't know, that related with me, and that related to this fast. I was like, no, I'm actually enjoying the discomfort of the fast, because there's something very healing about it. On top of just, hunger and diet or whatever, there's something that, I don't know, just put things in perspective. Just like I said, it's going to be much easier to, I was worried originally how to go from, I was eating BB, B and E, and I was even letting myself have dairy, which I wasn't used to doing. And I was going to lion diet, which was going to suck, right? Because my diet had opened up a little bit over the holidays. It was going to be real hard to go to just lion. Well, now it's not, because when you fast, a ribeye on lion diet is just fine. It's a breeze,
I love how I don't even want the things like the coffee or I don't even want that. Like, I'm almost repulsed by things like that. When I really get into that fasting zone, it just it's a purifying thing where your body doesn't really want toxins anymore.
For sure. It really is. Well, that's why I quit chewing, I think. I didn't choose to quit chewing. My body did. It was like, hey, I think we're done. And I was like, why do I feel like I'm about to, that was just really weird. I was just talking to Raymond about that in coaching, and I really think there's something that your body does there to kick out those toxins. And I think it's just when you're in when you're having all the toxic stuff, you're having so many signals, you don't even know what's going on. Your body's telling you all these things. There's so many hungers and cravings and stress and anxiety and all this stuff. When you finally get that to calm down and heal, you finally hear what's really going on there, and you can kind of follow that kind of still voice that'll kind of walk you through it. It seems like,
I was just thinking of the word noise. It's like toxic noise. And so when you said that thing about that still voice, that fasting has a way of revealing that for sure.
Yeah. For me, it does for sure too.
It does, and helps a lot.
You guys want to look at some questions here real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
We did, well, because you haven't fasted yet, Emily. We didn't skip you, did we?
No.
I know.
I'm cheerleading you. I'm cheering you.
But I also didn't want to skip
I have in my life, but not this last
for sure.
week.
Yeah, we'll forgive you. Let's see. Missy just wanted to let you know she started Aminos, feeling better, leg cramps.
Love it.
Excellent.
This one's for you, Lindy.
Oh, thank you. I feel really good. I feel amazing.
And then Mike was he was wondering who you are.
These are the amazing coaches at SPG.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. They're our heroes.
We are part of an incredible team, and it's just because of y'all that we get to do what we do.
You make us look good.
So yeah, that's exactly right. But yeah, come hang out with us on SPG. We're there all the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Robin, she's in our fasting group too, and she's let's see, she's 4 days.
Doing the 5 days too? Yeah.
Ooh, rocking those ketones. Woo.
4 days, 98. Okay, you're right there.
Wow.
Good job, Robin.
Great
job, Robin.
I'm going to tell you, it's not going to matter. If you're trying to prevent from you going to the bathroom, 5 days is just, it's a crapshoot. I mean, well,
literally. Yeah, I mean, I tried Yeah, exactly. I tried hamburger and eggs and it didn't work for me. Lindy, what did you try?
I had 2 hard-boiled eggs and they were fine. And then I had a little piece of salmon, and that's wrecked me. The salmon's what did it to me. So maybe start with 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then another hour have another 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, I did. I think Jeff was talking about that, wasn't Jeff's on his fast too, one of our team members, and he said he was going to do hard-boiled egg, 2 hours.
Yeah,
more hard-boiled
because
eggs.
we talked about it just before the meeting, and I told him how the salmon affected me, and he was like, "Oh, it should be all right," and yeah, it wasn't. So now he's decided to do.
And you even did little. See, you did the little portion and still did it. So.
A little portion. I'm burping and just feeling really, really off at the moment. So
you almost wish
I'm
you were
sorry,
fasting, Lindy.
I feel
like I wish I fasted longer.
I feel like fasting another 5 days right now.
I know, right? I know exactly. Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, I was bummed out because I just got my Costco order and I just ate that hamburger and it came right back out. I was like, I feel like I need a refund.
Refund, yeah.
Right. That was too quick in and out. That was a real in and out experience.
I didn't even get anything out of that. Let's see.
So don't. The only thing, Robin, don't go eat out to eat because you'll need to go pretty.
No.
You want to be at home.
Be at home, please. Yes.
Because it's bumpy. This is a long fast that y'all have been doing on this one. So your re-entry is a little different. It's in the gang we're usually doing an alternate day fast. When you're doing ADF, you can usually go back and forth without an issue. But when you're doing longer ones, you want to be careful and time where you're going to be, who you're going to be around, those kinds of things when fast is getting done.
Absolutely.
In-N-Out burger. That's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly what that was today. Can you speak more on aminos? How do we get them supplemented for food? Why do you suggest aminos versus electrolytes? Thanks.
I'm not suggesting anything. I just notice some things with the aminos. First of all, the aminos came out because I was questioning why does carnivore work so well? And I actually started researching each and a lot of the single aminos, what they do. And I'm like, oh, yes, this is why it helps with Alzheimer's because of the serine. The lysine, why does it help with weight loss? Lysine also contributes to holding on to calcium for your bones. Oh, this is why it does composition. Examples. I'm just giving examples. So, and when you start looking up each of these amino acids that we all get from beef mainly, well, I'm sorry, all carnivore foods, but that's what happens. Our bodies start actually being translated into building blocks to a lot of things that you need on your in your body. Taurine, bile. Creates a lot of extra bile. So that way for carnivores, that's really handy because if you get the extra bile, because let's say you don't have a gallbladder or whatever, you're going to be able to digest fat a lot better. So taurine, for example, is a great thing to do, right? So just giving examples out there, but do your own research. As far as electrolytes, it's great at the beginning. Problem is with electrolytes, it tends to, your body can be dependent on it. We don't want that now, do we? We want it where it balances at best possible. The reason is I believe we have like 2 or 3 stages of fat adaptation. When you get to that last stage, or that stage where your body is pulling water out of your fats, it's not going to do so well when you have electrolytes mixed into it. So you just want it to be fully adapted as much as possible. Emily, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I love the experimentation that you're doing with getting the breakdowns of, what makes up our diet, why our diet's so healthy with the amino acids. Yeah. And the electrolytes, it's just so easy to overdo them. So it's just start small, use a small amount, as little as possible, because I don't know, I think in the fasting culture, we kind of have over-salted, over-electrolyted, and then you just end up kind of peeing them all out and having them come out in other ways.
Yeah. And by the way, that's the reason my 5-day went so well too. I did use aminos.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
So
now you tell us.
Well, I wanted you guys to feel the whole thing, because if you don't feel the whole thing, you're not going to get the full experience to have these things to watch out for. Like now, like I said, Todd actually has a marker that he can watch out for, right? That's what you want to develop. You want to develop that awareness without anything. And then later on, add those cheats, because you're going to keep doing this often.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm definitely going to be using the aminos. You know, I'm about to go into 90 days of alternate day fasting, and I'm going to be using those aminos if I need them, for sure.
That's right. That's right. Sandra, I like how you're saying that. Yes, it is experimental reasons, and that's why I don't like to talk about them so much. I've only begun to play with this for a year. Usually I don't come out with my things till way later. For example, it took me like 2 years to develop the chisel plan. I like to have a nice testing ground before I actually lay it out in the public. So I'm very hesitant laying out a plan, but I will tell you what I am doing.
But if you want to hire him as your coach, then he might give you some things to play with.
Right.
And he can make you his guinea pig.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
If you want to,
Sign up. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, podcast.
For better or worse. That's right. All of them here are part of it. So.
We're all guinea pigs.
Yes, guinea pigs. Right.
All right.
Wow, that's a great question. Is there any way not to gain back the weight loss? Yes, actually, that's actually what you're trying to do. You know, when you get off the fast, first of all, you have to be fully nourished. So that way when you get off the fast, you're not eating the whole house, right? Because if you're not fully nourished and you go into this fast, then that is what you're going to tend to do. Gain the weight right back. If you're fully nourished, you have some sort of control at the end of the fast. And that's what we want to do. And we want to do this repetitively, not necessarily the 5 days. We're very big on the alternate day fast or the rolling 48s, or up to 3 days at the most. There is a certain limit that our bodies can handle chiseling itself.
Yeah, and so some of that is going to be water weight that will come back. Absolutely, it's just a fasted state and non-fasted state are different. You know, very much in how we think about the liver and glycogen in our muscles. There's a difference between those different states, and so some will very likely come back, usually half. But I think that carnivores do have an advantage on this with a zero carb environment metabolically. So I think that if anyone is going to have a better chance at not having that regain from the fast, it's going to be on a zero carb type of a protocol. And so like your first couple of days breaking the fast, I think you're going to, eat a couple times during the day, but you'll want to get back to something where you're at least doing an IF, an intermittent fast. And that's going to help with that as well.
There we go. And this kind of, we could just kind of covered that too, but about taking aminos on a long fast. So,
and I just did, yeah. So that was my first experiment on the aminos on actual fasting. So this is my fasting portion of testing out the aminos, and let me tell you, it works like a champ. But I did reach my limit, just like Todd did, and now I'm down a significant amount of aminos now. So I'm doing, instead of I was doing 60 to 80 a day. And now I'm down to like 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a big difference. Of course, that's a nice cut on the change too, a pocket change there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And when I've got, what do I got? 1,800 of them are going to be here Monday.
Right.
So I'm going to try doing the 80 again until I hit my.
You're going to try to hit the wall again? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I like it. Why not? Let's see what happens to hit the wall a couple times.
I'm thick-headed.
I'll probably try it again later just to see if I got that, information proper.
Totally. I'm just doing the rolling 48s. Well, I'm not even doing rolling 48s. I'm just doing alternate day fasting. And I'm going to be switching it up between 36 and 48s just to kind of confuse it with priming with little mini, what do you call them, micro or mini primes?
Micro primes, 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah. For 3 days if I need them. And I will be using aminos. Going through that as well. So, and I'm doing that because I want to try a lion diet. I also want to do more fasting, like I said earlier, to heal my mitochondria system a little bit more. And I want to do the lion diet. And I was worried that I was going to get meat aversion on the lion diet. And I was like, well, why not mix in,
I love that. Oh, you're so smart, Todd.
just because I know it makes me hungry. So I need to be hungry to not get meat aversion on the lion diet is what I was thinking. So
I love it.
That's where I came to with that one. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what everybody else's plans are on that. That's just what I'm doing.
I just plan doing lion diet, but I tend to go by how I feel on the day. Like if I want to skip a day or whatever, then I might just do that. So I'm not going to commit myself to anything. I'm just going to play it by ear. So if I have a day off eating, yay. If I want to eat, I'll eat. So I think that's the best strategy for me. But definitely keeping lion and just eat whenever I feel like it. So
that's big right there. Keeping lion. Yes.
As for me, I don't know. I got to talk to my 2 coaches here, and then I'll figure out what I'm doing.
Yep.
Whatever they tell me to do.
Actually, I'm loving where you're at now. So let's
too.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
Yep.
Here we go. From Adam. The guys go check out Adam. He's got an awesome channel. He's at Carnivore Today.
Okay. No, I've never heard that. Yeah.
I've been wondering where Adam is. Good.
Yeah. He's got to get into the SBG. We haven't seen you yet, Adam. I know you got.
We've been waiting. I've been looking for you on our calls. Todd said you were going to be part of things, and so I've been watching for you. So come and join us soon.
Is there any benefit to? Yeah, he did make a cool profile. Is there any benefit to fasting for someone who has no weight to lose, and does it have any health issues? And doesn't have any health issues?
Interesting. So you have no health issues, no weight to lose. I mean, if it's working for you, I'm not going to say, I'll say don't change anything. But the only way to find out is to try. I mean, it's a journey. It's a journey that we go through, and then we observe like so much better feeling, like how Michael's feeling right now. Now, that's not for everybody. Sometimes we get a day 5, like I did, or day past day 3. My mood did start going into a deep observance mode. So, you know, and I did feel really good this morning. So that was like top of the game then. And of course, that ends my fast at 3 o'clock. But Michael decided just to keep it. So it's different for everybody. But the only thing is walking that walk and then seeing, hey, what is it for you?
Yeah, I agree. Adam is quite lean. I've been on lives with him before too. So I think that folks that are very lean, that it's going to be.
It might be harder too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But your body's going to tell you. That's what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't just say, hey, if I were you, Adam, and you're lean, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm going to just do a 5-day fast and I'm going to white knuckle it. Bad idea. All of us here did this 5-day with no white knuckle, right? Would you say that, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, no white knuckling. Right?
First 9 hours, it was tough, but other than that,
yeah. But you still couldn't say you were on the white knuckle.
No, right? I'll tell you what was, when I first started the amino acids, and that like 4-day period that I could not stop eating meat, I ate like 8 pounds of meat a day. I ate like 36 or 37 pounds of meat in 4 days. That is hunger. Now that I know what that is, right. What I went through on this fast, none of that was hunger. If I ever had a day like that, there's not a chance that I could
make it
fast when I was like that, you know? So I don't even know that I ever knew real hunger until I felt whatever that was. It was crazy. And that didn't happen until priming, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, this is what I would say too, to that question of is, there's a lot of benefits to fasting, such as disease prevention. And, you know, there's kind of shrinking cancers that are growing different places in our bodies, things like that. And so I think that the missing piece is that priming piece, and going into that from a super nourished spot. And so anybody that's kind of thinking about bringing on fasting, the priming talk's really important, especially if you're starting a lean position. I think that you're going to get the best benefits from it. And then it's really nice. I think it just gives you a higher level of fat adaptation, where you have that kind of fasting muscle available. And that's really cool. A lot of us as carnivore already have experienced that, where if you get busy with something and you just choose to fast, there's no carnivore options, you can just choose to fast. I think that it just gives you more flexibility and like tools in your toolkit to use in different circumstances.
He's kind of following up on that to you there, Adam is.
I've tried to fast longer than 24 if hunger was unreal. Nope, you are not ready. You do have histamine intolerance. Actually, that fasting can No, eating meat will help with that. But well, I don't know. Eating non-histamine meat will help with that eventually. But fasting can help with that too.
What is an example of a non-histamine meat? Like, what are the histamine
Lamb.
meats?
So histamine meat is aged. It's aged.
Okay.
See, smaller animals don't need to hang for as long.
Okay.
So the less time they're hung, the fresher the meat is. And some of them don't even hang them, like smaller animals, like like lamb.
Okay, I got you. I was curious of that for my brother too, because I think he's having histamine problems. I'm gonna have to go with that too.
Eating high histamine meats, and you have histamine intolerance is not a good combination. That's like you're allergic to that protein. So how much of that you think you're going to absorb? Not much, right? So can be an issue.
I really like the feast fast concept as well. I think that having those big feasting periods, and I think about things like muscle mass. I think it's very beneficial for putting on muscle, having that feasting period, having that bulking
like
period.
Lindy.
Yeah. So those are, kind of other advantages when I think about, trying to work with that. And I think that it's ancestrally accurate. And I think that, like the carnivore approach is very ancestrally accurate. And this feasting would have been probably what would have happened. And going for days without food would have been, part of that life as well.
Yeah. And by the way, so that's another reason why it helps with histamine intolerance is that you're able to, during the fast, get rid of more histamine out of your body. So what happens is when you even eat more histamine food, you have more tolerance because you have gotten rid of a bunch. So that's why fasting is beneficial in that if you have high histamine, giving a body a break from it.
Yeah, no kidding. There's a lot of reasons that giving the body a break, the digestive system a break, can be a super healing thing for all that regeneration that happens. But that voracious hunger is a sign as well that of not kind of being fasting ready, fasting adapted.
He's not ready.
Yeah, and with that's fine. You wouldn't expect it. We don't just kind of show up fasted ready. So we kind of do a training with this priming where we get you to that point. And voracious hunger is, for us, a sign of threat. That's the sign of alarm in the body. You felt that. When you feel that voracious, you're like, oh, this is stopping right now. And we don't ever want to override that. Like if you seriously have to, you're in a starvation situation, that's something different. But we're going to take that as a sign to go back and feast for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
that definitely, I understand that now, because when I came off of 9 months of OMAD and then I primed and then I tried to do OMAD again, I failed miserably because I was so hungry that I didn't even know. I thought, man, I'm going to walk through the new OMADs because now I just ate all this food.
Right.
And I just came off in 9 months. This is going to be easy. And yeah, was not, Are you going to do, my camera's in the way. Are you going to do alternate day fast in 36 hour and 12? Yeah, basically I'm going to give myself a 12-hour window, and then I'm going to kind of change it up between 36 and 48 hours. And then I got to talk to Raymond too and see if this makes sense. But I was thinking, would it help? Does it matter? I worry about doing the same thing for too long, but I was wondering if it would help to change what that 12-hour fasting window or feeding window is. Does that matter, like for circadian rhythm type thing?
Not an alternate day fast necessarily, because there's already so much change from not eating one day to eating the other day. The body just cannot get used to that. It just cannot.
That's plenty. Okay, so it's not going to find get used to it.
It's not going to get used to it, and then yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna change it up between 36 and 48. If I don't feel like going to 48, I'm not. I'm just gonna pull it to 36, and if I feel great, then I'm just gonna keep it going. I might go a little bit longer too. I'm sure there'll be days that I do that, but basically just alternate day and in that range is what I'm shooting for.
I love that. And life will vary for you, Todd. I know how busy you get with work sometimes. This thing's shifting around. So I think even if you were trying to do a straight 12-hour refeed every single day, you probably wouldn't. Life would probably give you some.
Life will not let you do that. Yeah.
No, for sure not. That's why I'm just basically trying to get in somewhere I'm trying to do it in basically like a 60-hour stretch, that I'm eating somewhere in that 60 hours. I'm eating for 12 hours and I'm not eating for somewhere around 36 to 48 hours and then repeating that cycle, however it works out,
It's very simple. Up day, down day, eat day, fast day, and that's the pattern right there. That's plenty of variety.
What people make the mistake of every time is on their up days. They seem to get the down days right because they know I just don't eat. Okay, simple rules. On their up days, everyone seems to be a greedy. Oh, if I eat less, then, or if I eat in a tighter window or faster, or whatever you make your mind on.
They can manipulate or game the program.
Trying to get that little extra. Meanwhile, they don't realize, hey, you used to eat every single day. So even if you went crazy on your up day, you're still skipping. You're gonna gain no matter. I mean, you're gonna get that body composition no matter what. It's just you can't help it.
For sure.
So don't let that get in your mind.
Missy, you tried Aminos because my autoimmune condition doesn't let me absorb the nutrients from food. Yeah.
Yes. But by the way, it's not just because of your autoimmune condition. We all have right here an issue with properly digesting proteins. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's why the carnivore diet is so good, because we're taking all this protein in, but only a small piece of it is getting there. With these amino acids that are pre-digested that we're taking, we're getting almost all of it. And that's important to know. So if we can just focus on at least the essential amino acids, I actually like to do the non-essentials also. And you can get a full spectrum of benefits from that. Obviously, from your experience, Missy, that you're getting that. And I definitely encourage people to research it as I am doing.
Nice. It sort of has to do with that upregulation issue and getting bioavailable, absorbable. It's kind of enhancing all of that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's gonna start a reverse cycle where you're going upwards and feeling a lot better, and things just start working better and better. And this is just like food. So people, it's not a miracle pill. You just take this pill and you should feel it right away. You hardly feel anything. And then things start just getting better and better, just like carnivore, right? Mm-hmm. Some people didn't notice. Oh, wow, this is feeling better. What happened? I didn't even notice until somebody else said it. We hear that all the time. This is how true healing works. You don't realize it.
Absolutely. It is. It's quite it's quite
like
amazing.
Like your eye, Todd.
Yeah.
Did you feel all this happening?
I mean, I felt my vision getting worse, but I didn't feel I didn't feel it healing up. Well, who knows? It's also like, I've been trying to compare all these things, but everything's getting so much better so quickly that it's hard to even find a reference point, because I'm not at one spot enough to even find a reference point. Like when you said, I was like, I feel low energy, and it's kind of like, compared to what? Well, compared to last month, basically, because 12 months ago I couldn't get out of a chair. I couldn't stand up for 90 seconds. I was on oxygen. I couldn't do that. So I've exponentially been getting better. So I'm only able to find this reference point for like,
how'd that work in with that skipping rope thing that I keep hearing about?
Oh,
is this true?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know. I was.
You're jumping rope now?
That's amazing.
Right, I am. Well, I'm just trying to get the lymphatics fluid to move out of my legs.
Yeah.
And so it's just, you're just feeling so much better that it's like, I don't know what I'm feeling. Everything feels better. It's all happening at the same time. Just a million things every day are just incrementally better, and every week I notice that it's a big enough gap that I'm like, oh crap, I can do this now. And so. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I definitely felt the inflammation coming off. I felt what I really had before in my eyes was they were incredibly dry all the time, like terrible dry eyes.
Right.
And now they're not, and I didn't know that was. So he said I had diabetic retinal edema is what he said. Wow. I don't even know what that is.
I didn't notice edema in the eyes. Holy crap.
Swelling in your eyes, having to do with a blood sugar issue of some kind.
Yeah, and he said I had thinning of the the veins in the retina walls or something.
Yeah.
And he said all that came back. He said all the walls of the veins were healthy again. That there's zero sign of diabetic edema in the eyes at all. And there's zero inflammation. He said, when I was there, he was like, it's like I'm looking at 2 different eyes. And that happened in 7 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's almost like a reversible.
Right.
I know,
exactly.
Right. And for the eyes, that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
It was impressive. And that's literally why I struggle to read all these comments, is because I haven't got my new prescription yet. My eyes are no longer the same. So this prescription that I got just 7 months ago, I can't hardly see out of it. I'm so excited. I called the eyeglass store like 3 times today because I can't wait to see, because I cannot see right now. And I got a little glimpse of what it was going to be like in that little eye flipper machine they put you in. He's like, this is what it's going to be like. This is where you're at now. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing when I get these dang glasses. I can't wait for it.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So cool. Oh, Todd, how was your like swelling, lymphedema, those kinds of issues with the fast? I missed that part for you.
Well, yeah, it's getting a lot better. I had leg cramps, but I think it was because, I'd been messing around with a lot of dry fasting, so my water consumptions went way down. Yeah. And I think on this time, the one mistake I made was I wasn't drinking enough water. I mean, I went from drinking 2.5 gallons of water a day to I was drinking on this fast. I was still doing it wet, but I was drinking like 20 ounces of water a day.
Yep.
And so it was a problem. It ended up being a problem. But that's where all the 37 pounds, near as I can tell, out of that 37.6 pounds, I'm trying to add up those last days in my head. Somewhere around 29 of that was just water from my legs, Yep. And so, yeah, it just came out,
So can you see it on your legs?
What a relief.
Yeah. Way different. And I there's so many things that I know. I can, the veins that I can see on my feet, and the way my legs, like I know when there's water on them and I know when it's come off, but the thing is, it's like this. It's like there's this foundation, and every time I hit it hard with one of these fast or do one of these things, the baseline lowers. It's almost like working with insulin resistance. And so I get a little more off. It'll come back, but then I bring it a little bit lower.
Bring it back down. Yep.
And that's just kind of what I'm doing, is this little roller coaster, but the average is coming down as I keep doing this. So it's great. It's healing it. I know it's healing it because I get the neuropathy every day gets better. It heals more every day, which I know neuropathy is hard to heal, and that's
right. It's not supposed to be something
that you supposed to be able to heal. Progress. Right. You're not supposed to get progress on it.
I can tell you 1,000% that when I was 12 months ago, I couldn't move my toes.
Yeah.
Now, and then they started coming back, and then I could move them all at once, but I couldn't move them individually. But I could barely move them all at once, like they're all stuck together. And then my feet started burning because I started getting nerve function back. And so it was like everything was on fire. Yes, it felt for 3 months, it was uncomfortable as heck because it felt like I was standing in a hot skillet,
Right.
Like just on fire on the bottom of my feet.
You're rebuilding nerves. Damn.
Yeah, but then that went away, and then it was just really thick, but there was feeling there. And then now it's like 90% gone. Like I feel almost everything 100%.
So you were right there where you might have had to amputate if it ever got an infection.
I don't know if it was amputate. I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. I really don't.
I don't either.
But
vascularization, you're losing your nerve sensation. It's all progressive kind of a thing. So whether you were right there or that was down the road 5 years or 10 years, it's something.
Yeah, and I really don't know. But what I do know is I couldn't, like, when I was washing my legs, because I had really dry skin. That was another problem with that happens with edema and lymphedema. I had terrible dry skin, and I was always trying to get the skin hydrated and get, which I try to oil it, wash it off and stuff. But I would be washing my legs with the shower hose, and then I'd give up on it and go to wash myself, and the water would be scalding hot, and I didn't know it.
No, you couldn't feel it.
Yeah, I couldn't feel it on my legs. So I was washing my legs with like 130 degree, 140 degree water or whatever it was. Didn't know it. And then, or whatever hot water is. And then you go up there and go, oh my gosh, it just about burned the heck out of you.
Wow.
So
So all your sensations was pretty much totally gone in your legs. That's
exactly.
crazy.
Now I can feel it. It's funny. Yeah. And so,
Michael, do you have feelings on your legs? Did you have that same experience? Or you, Lindy?
I got the same thing. Yeah.
Right, where you don't feel. How about you, Lindy?
Yeah, my right foot actually, left foot. I had 3 toes which were completely numb. It was like pins and needles all the time.
Wow.
That's almost gone, probably 90%. Just a little bit of padding underneath my foot where it's still a little bit numb. But I can wiggle my toes now. I couldn't do that before. I couldn't feel anything. Yeah.
It's amazing because I would have never known what that felt like unless you guys described that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
It must be a
so
joy
cool.
to wiggle your toes.
Okay, so did you guys see Princess Bride?
Yeah.
And so Wesley's been dead or something, and he's coming back from the dead.
Only mostly dead.
Yes, mostly dead. And there's something about the big giant guy's like, you wiggled your toes. I saw you wiggle your toes.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah. That was it.
He was
There's
like,
still hope. Yeah. There's still hope. He wiggled his toes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's mostly dead.
Mostly dead.
We can work with mostly dead. Let's see here. What is the longest fast you've all done? And did you feel like Michael are ready to stop? I have made myself stop 5 days. Made myself stop at 5 days so it wouldn't mess
with my metabolism. Getting ready to push a long one.
No, really and honestly, with Michael, his best bet is to just do exactly what he's doing. Just follow by the day. It's like if he can go up to 40 days, do that. I've coached somebody all the way to 40 days. So and I bet a little bit in between. He started wanting something, so we started with a little bit of salt. Then we started with just a little bit of fat.
He's fat fasting, right, Coach?
He ended up fat fasting at the end. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but it's how you feel. You're feeling good. Keep going. This is going to change a lot of things. So probably that's how we're going to observe you. I'm not going to get you to stop it unless you feel like you really need to.
What? How'd you get that? Adam told me something very exciting. He's going to meet the Dreaded Pirate Roberts on March 24th.
Sweet.
How are you going to meet the Dreaded Pirate Roberts?
Are you going to have an interview with him? That'd be a cool one to happen.
I don't even know who that is. I'm sorry.
Do you think you can talk him into carnivore for us?
You didn't watch Princess Bride, Lindy?
Who's Carrie L?
He's the actor.
The actor.
No, I haven't
Wesley
seen it.
or the Dread Pirate Roberts. It depends on if you like a bad boy or a gentle kind of a. Yeah, I like him in the pirate.
As you wish.
Yeah.
You like the as you wish part. You like him as a pirate. You like your bad boys.
I like the pirate version of him.
I see. Gotcha.
Maybe we can watch it at a next live stream.
There we go. That's a great one.
We'll do another movie night.
Andre the Giant's there.
Next movie night.
Yeah.
That would actually fit in the whole part, right?
That would be hilarious.
Wow. Well, tell Wesley hello, or rather tell Dread Pirate Roberts hello.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's see. Robin had a question.
Oh, that was answered.
Michael answered that in chat.
I put it into the chat. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'll unstar that. Let's see here. Down the barrel. Yeah, here we go.
Just click on the start tab.
Well,
Robin
I think
White was the princess.
We went through all of those on the start tab.
Oh man. Well, leg amputation, obviously, from hearing you guys, it's a real thing. I had no idea you just lose feelings in your feet first.
Whoops.
So.
Yeah. I mean, that was one video of Sean Baker that was really shaking when he made a video about how he amputated this dude's leg for diabetes. And the dude, when he got out, he was thanking Sean Baker for taking his legs. And Sean had, kind of described it, how eerie of a sound it makes to throw a human leg into, like a disposal, container to get out of there. And he's like, this is very, eerie sound. And he said, then when this guy wakes up, he thanks me for taking his leg. And then Sean was like, can we do something so you save the other leg? And he's like, oh, I could never stop eating sugar. It's just too hard.
Oh, yeah. I've
It's
heard
just
people
like,
say that.
oh my
I've heard
gosh.
people say that.
Change to a master, and we've been trained to do that.
We've been trained to think that we cannot get rid of this addiction, first of all.
Right.
But let me tell you, if there's anybody here listening that has this high sugar craving, I can tell you, just walk the journey. Do the priming. It goes away. All of us here are a testament of that. And when I mean it goes away, it totally goes away. Now, I get it. Some of these people are so addicted that they don't want that feeling to go away, because it is a pleasant feeling in itself. It's addictive feeling in itself where you don't want it to go away. It's kind of like you guys ever hit that depression where you almost like it? It's that same cycle. It sucks, but you're like, I want to be in it. So sometimes you just got to make that decision. Screw it. I'm getting out of it, and I'm going to try to do my best to get out of it. And once you have that decision and that discipline, the rest is just very easy.
There's hope. There's like absolutely 100% hope. And it's more people need to know that, this is a thing that is so doable. It's completely doable.
That resonates with me, that hope, that was literally why I started doing a YouTube channel. Is like, oh, there is hope. There's hope for people that you wouldn't think there's hope for. I didn't think there's hope for me.
I didn't think there's hope for me.
I didn't either. I thought I was going to die. Actually, I was hoping that I would go quick, not slow, like what I was doing. I was going slow, and I did not like that.
For sure. I know. It's like, it's miserable.
It's kind of funny, because when the doctors were like, you're going to get a heart attack, and I actually told them that'd be a good way to die. No, I mean, I really did, because I was like, that's quick.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going through. This personal
slow suffering.
This is not how I want to go.
Exactly.
I'm glad there's a solution there, though.
Right. And here we go. F.R. Humphrey. Yeah. We all did.
We all did.
That's the thing.
That's right. Had its hooks on us and everything. Bad.
We were all there.
Yeah.
You can cure it with this. This is amazing. Yep. I never thought, I didn't realize how addicted I was to sugars and carbs until I got on this side. And now I look back and I see it, and it's amazing what I was back then.
Yeah. It's one of those things that you just have to walk it to believe it. Nobody would have convinced me of that. I'd be like, there's no way. And I don't even want to hear you. That would be my attitude back then. And it was. And when I tried it, that was it. It was I just saw it. I witnessed it. And just like you guys.
Yeah.
All felt it.
I know. And unfortunately, I feel like it sucks in a way, but it takes that kind of realization where you're really at that kind of crossroads for a lot of people to make, to really make the real jump. Because when I hear a lot of people say, I just can't, I would do it, but I just can't give up X, Y, or Z, whatever it is. And I'm just like, man, I just think it's because you haven't felt that spot, it's sad. It's good and it's sad at the same time, because it's good that you haven't gotten to that point yet, so you can heal quicker and you have a better shot at things, and you're going to have more success. But it's also sucks because they just they still think that this is a game, kind of, when it comes to the sugar, and it's not. It killed my dad and my brother. Like, this is just not a game.
I want to say something interesting, right? Because this baffles me for the longest, right? So when I was sick and all that kind of stuff, I was willing to try a lot of things. I tried veganism for a little bit. I tried all of these things, but for some reason, it was hard for me to go above the cognitive dissonance of eating meat. I don't know what that was.
Right.
And the only way I could do it was, I'm just going to, well, first I saw some hope with the keto that I did. And I was like, well, damn, I don't even like making those vegetables. So the leap from there was easy for me to do, right? Because I like meat. And that's the weirdest thing. Why, logically, it should have been very easy to go all meat for me because I always liked meat. So why was I where was the cognitive dissonance? I don't know. Are we brainwashed that much by society or the doctors that meat is so bad for us that we really believe it? I don't know. So that's where the real question is. So that's one of the things that I have to warn anybody who's starting. That's one of the hardest things to go through, this cognitive dissonance of it.
I agree. Yeah. Now I look at it, when I see a steak, it's like I see a vitamin. It's like it just looks like a vitamin to me. You know, and I just like know, like, oh, that's why I got the nutrition. And I didn't know it. I did it for the food freedom because my friend talked about her journey with food freedom, and I didn't know what she was talking about. It's I couldn't stop because I was just all I thought about. I just wanted that food more and more. And so I did that from watching her have that experience, and then it just kind of clicked later. It's like, oh, this is what I needed. This is actually all I need, and just a new life.
Right.
Yeah.
And I knew I was on the right track when the depression and anxiety went away, and I was like, the food, and it happened in 2.5 weeks, you know, carnivore. I was like, that's what that was, you know what I mean? And then you just start going, what else is the food, you know? And it just you start going down that road, and you're like, holy cow.
That's amazing.
I totally agree, Missy. I mean, plants were not doing me any favors other than lighting me up for that momentary pleasure. So, just meat just started healing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a little bit of a somber walk. Like it's less up and down. You know, my life is just kind of more steady now.
Yes.
So took an adjustment,
Less
but God, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So much better.
So glad to be on this side of the fence.
For sure.
Yep. Now, actually, I'm excited about living. So.
Right. It's kind of fun to see how healthy you can get, you know?
Exactly. It makes me realize, like, hey, you know, now my challenge is how can I get the most quality of life as long as possible?
Absolutely.
Ooh, Adam's asking about Aminos. We can tell you our favorites, what we've been playing with. I'll show you mine. Let's see.
Oh, you got it.
I like this one.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's right. It's called
and
Perfect.
You have the
Amino.
optimal with you? Yeah, you do. Optimal amino. If you want to save some money.
I can't get the perfect aminos here. They're out of stock. Everyone's buying aminos. So
you're going to run out. It's going to be hard to get. So, by the way, we're not promoting it or anything.
No.
Just to be clear, we're just experimenting it ourselves. So, and we're not doctors. We're not nutritionists. Just playing with it. Act like I'm the dumbest person you've ever met, and make sure you research behind me. So,
but Mindy Pels is a doctor, and she takes them.
Right. Yeah. Well, and there's a few doctors that do. And there's a few doctors that you guys have done interviews with that do amino acids.
Yes.
Post the link right now to Raymond's video.
Yeah,
Dr. Regina.
Thank you. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah,
definitely check those out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for a fact that two things happened. I don't know because of aminos, but in the window that I have been taking aminos, and I started growing hair back that I lost when I was 18.
Yes,
and I started moving lymph fluid that I wasn't moving before. So,
and stronger streams of urine. That was big for me. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I also had the lymph fluid movement as well. So we're aligned there a lot.
Oh, now that Michael, you've been taking them, have you noticed that too?
Yeah.
Now I'm off of them now since I'm doing my fast. So I haven't really been doing them that long.
Well, and you came off them during priming too, right? Because that would have kind of hindered your appetite.
That would have hindered your priming.
Yeah, so I haven't been on them much.
You haven't really been on it, And that's from his coaches. I want him to be as honest as possible. And as a matter of fact, when we do the longer fast, whenever he starts weakening, the aminos are going to come into play too. So,
that's
great
awesome.
to experiment. Yep. Thank you for allowing me to put your lives in my hands here, guys.
The wizard.
Wow. we're following you, so don't run off the road.
Right.
They said it was ride that broom just right. No.
No, it's I mean, that's what I was kind of a family member's going through some acne stuff. I was about to take some medicine that's so bad for their kidneys that they got to get like blood tests like several times a year to make sure that they're not damaging the kidneys. And I'm just thinking, and then he's been having some stomach problems and stuff too. And you guys were talking about how it's that acne is a gut problem,
Yes.
Or I think somebody was. Anyways,
yes, that's right. If your gut has issue, it's going to show a lot on acne and psoriasis, all of that. It's going to show on your skin.
It's just like, what is it coming to right now? Well, I don't even remember if I told you guys, but I was on the phone with a friend yesterday, and he brought up a friend that we'd known for a long time, and I didn't know it, but she had committed suicide in November, and it was because she had a gut problem, and the doctor put her on medication that caused her to have so much depression that she ended it all with kids and everything. And I just keep seeing this stuff, and it's just completely shocking and so tragic what's going on, where and you can't talk to people about just healing their body with meat because it's been so demonized and so full of propaganda that people are willing to go take blood tests just to take these drugs to not, try to risk ruining their kidneys just to get rid of some acne, but that's a better choice than just eating the meat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how we get out of this.
I remember that though. I remember chasing things I thought would make me feel better. I remember getting obsessed with something. And so I guess, if you think your skin's a certain way, maybe you think that's why you feel like shit all the time, because your skin's a certain way.
Actually, I did that Accutane when I was younger because of my thing. Yeah. So, and they did tell me about threatening your kidney and all that. So I'm very aware of that. I had the worst acne, and it lasted all my life. Well, until carnivore. But even with carnivore, that took probably 4th year or so. So, before it started really, really disappearing.
Absolutely. How many of y'all noticed your skin tags going away or gone?
Yeah, isn't that crazy how they just go away, right? Dang, for me, I was skin tags a lot of places, and they just started falling off.
Yeah, I had about 33 of them, and I'm down to about 9.
Damn.
No way. Oh my
gosh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
I counted them because I hated those things. I had them on right here on my face next to my eyes, little ones. I had them all over my neck, on my chest, on my back.
Under your arms.
Under your arms. It was annoying as hell.
Under your arms sucked. I hate that. Yeah, I had that.
I didn't have those. Lindy, did you have them?
On my back of the neck. Oh, you didn't have them? Okay.
I would have more of a dude thing.
It might be a dude thing. Yeah.
But my dad had them, and he, I hear it's a symptom of insulin
resistance.
Yeah. Well, there's no question that I had bad insulin resistance, so I'll believe it. Let's put it that way.
Yep, for sure. Man, well, this was fun.
Yeah, probably should get to the end now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We made it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys all coming, man. This is great information. I love these chats because I don't know, just talking it out just seems to make more and more sense to me every time I hear it, and it looks like the people watching seem to agree. So,
well, I hope everybody enjoyed it here.
Yeah,
lots of fantastic information. So
for sure,
you guys are you have the coolest friends and followers and subscribers.
And once again, these are the 2 amazing coaches at SBG.
Yeah,
Raymond and Coach Emily.
Thank you.
Yeah, having all of you guys here.
Oh, there she goes. You got it to work. Like Lindy's showing off now.
Is it because she did this?
What happened? What happened when you did that? Oh no! Wow.
I can't get it to work.
You are magical.
I don't know.
I knew you were. It's just her. Now. She's the only one that has the touch.
Right.
Like sometimes, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Every time.
I don't know how to do it either.
5-day fast magic.
5-day fast magic. Dang.
So we're coming back on Sunday?
We are coming back on Sunday.
Mine looks like a heart and didn't even come out. What the heck? Okay.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with it either. But yeah, you guys come and check us out on Sunday. We are doing our carniversary special. Want to talk about that a little bit, Lindy?
Yeah, Todd's 1-year anniversary and my 2-year, Emily's 3-year, and Michael is 6 months. So
6 months.
yeah, 6 months. So.
And Raymond is 6.5 years. No.
Yeah.
Were you January? Was your anniversary January too?
September.
Yeah. So killing it.
You're welcome to pop in for a chat as well. We can all have a big party.
Have a big party.
Open invitation.
Yeah. We just wanted to talk about.
Yeah, of course it is.
Lindy,
is that your Ella?
Yeah, because Ella said she's really proud of your 5-day fast. So I saw that. So that is her.
Oh, yeah, that's my daughter. She just closed the door. I heard her close the door.
Oh, didn't she?
Oh, thank you, darling.
I'm so excited.
You do. Yeah,
it's exciting that she's actually watching your stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's coming to KetoCon with me. So whoever's coming, you'll get to meet my beautiful daughter. Yeah.
Yay. That's exciting. Well, good. Well, this was fun, guys. Thank you so much.
We appreciate y'all. And if you like this kind of chat, they do it pretty much 3 to 5 days a week at SBG. You'd have to check it out. It's pretty awesome.
2 hours is today they did it for. Yep.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, plus today. Yeah, 3 hours in total with us.
3.5.
Sure.
Yeah, 3.5. Thank you, guys. We love you.
Thank you.
We do.
Bye-bye.
We'll see y'all. See you next time.